Thank you, girls. That were too many of us on a small stage. But it's all about the enthusiasm and the joy and the color. So, girls, this was just 2 days of practice. And many of them just 1 day. Okay, now before we begin, Mansi, Manasvi, sorry. I would like to call Manasvi, daughter of Pratibha Jain, to take the mic now, and she will carry us through the book launch program. And before that, I would like to invite Preeti Surana, who's a student of Chef Samir Gupta, who would like to say a few words on him till she takes into formal introduction.
Good morning, everyone. And Khamagani. Khamagani in Rajasthan is exactly what we say Vanakkam in Tamil Nadu. So it means we welcome you all from the bottom of our heart. Padharo Mhare Des. Celebrating Rajasthan together, where heritage meets hospitality. It is a pleasure to welcome you all for this morning. Today is special for us because we have with us Chef Samir Gupta from Jaipur, Rajasthan. Chef Samir brings over 30 years of experience in the culinary world. He has worked as an executive chef, consultant, culinary instructor, and specialist in large-scale banquets and destination weddings, catering not only in India but internationally. His true strength lies in authentic Rajasthani cuisine, especially in reviving traditional and lesser-known recipes from the Thar region, preserving culinary heritage that might otherwise be lost. Over the years, he has had the privilege of serving many distinguished personalities, including Lady Diana, Maharaja Savai Bhavani Singh of Jaipur, Mr. L.N. Mittal, Hema Malini, and several other such eminent guests. He has also represented Indian cuisine internationally at prestigious platforms such as events associated with the James Beard Foundation and the Asian Society in the United States. On a personal note, I feel really very fortunate to welcome him here as I have a small connection with him. Back in 2005, I attended a culinary workshop conducted by Chef Samir in Jaipur. It was extremely popular and very first of its kind, where a chef from the restaurant was teaching the students. I still have that photograph and looking forward to show it to him today. It is wonderful how life reconnects people after so many years. We are gathered here for a very special reason. Chef Samir Gupta, along with Ms. Pratibha Jain, is launching a Rajasthani Marwadi cookbook. This cookbook is not just a collection of recipes, but a celebration of heritage, tradition, and generations of culinary knowledge. I'm delighted to introduce Chef Samir and my mentor to the culinary world for the very first time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Preeti was very nervous to come up, but I said, no, you must. A very small welcome, a small personal welcome to Pratibha Jain. We've known her for almost 20 years now. When we launched the book Sukham Ayu along with Jigyasa and Cooking with Pidata, both the books at the Duchess, and now we have Relishing Rajasthan along again here today. Pratibha is fabulous. She is a multitasker. She is everywhere, okay? Last 2, 3 days or 5 days or 7 days, I would say, she's been just breathing, relishing Rajasthan book. And each and every minute detail as to what is presented today to you and in the menu basically, every minute, Pratibha has been a part of it. From yesterday morning 9 o'clock, she has been in the kitchen till night 10 o'clock yesterday, along with chef of course. And today from morning 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock again. I think she requires a big round of applause for that. And when she got dressed, she's calling me up. Should I go to check the starters and the thandai? I said, no, it's taken care of now. You just come here. So that's Pratibha for you. And now over to you, Manaswi.
Thank you, Auntie. Good morning, everybody. Food carries memory, culture, and love. And this book brings together the rich flavors and traditions of Rajasthan for all of us to enjoy. Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we are all here for. I request our special guests of the day, Jigyasa Giri and Aruna Vijay, to join Pratibha Jain and Samir Gupta on stage. I request Neena Reddy to join the stage along with Sujata Mundra, Anu Agarwal, Anuradha Sachdev, and Rathi Neelakantan. Please go ahead, launch the book. Many of you here already know Pratibha and Jigyasa. As Sujata Aunty said, more than a decade ago, we had the pleasure of launching 2 of their cookbooks, both of which went on to win international awards. Since then, Pratibha has continued an extraordinary literary journey, writing, compiling, and translating over 25 books. Now, being a Rajasthani, one might naturally assume that her first cookbook should have been Rajasthani. But instead, she arrives at this subject almost 2 decades after her first book. Tell us, why did it take you so long to come home to Rajasthani cuisine?
So I think what really happens with food is that we all grow up eating something at home, lots of dishes, but we take them for granted, right? So for me also, Rajasthani food was like comfort food. So you don't really pay attention and you don't really see how special it is. And therefore, writing a book of another cuisine, which I did with Jigyasa, Andhra cuisine, was so exciting because everything was new, everything was to learn. Kher sangri dal bati is everyday thing. What is there so special about it? I think that was the reason I was never really interested. Even when guests came home, I did not feed them Rajasthani food. And I felt that as ordinary. I was more interested in all the varieties of sambas and kolumbus and curd rice and everything. Even curd rice, South Indian curd rice, was more exciting than Marwadi food to me. And then I met Samir ji and he said, किताब लिखनी है. मैंने कहा ठीक है लिख लेंगे, लिखना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Your recipes will do the book. And then in the process of doing the book, I went to his house in Jaipur. And I think in that first week, breakfast, lunch, dinner karke, he must have fed me some 70, 80 dishes. Na? 3-4 dishes at every meal. I mean 3-4, right? I didn't know 80% of them. I knew so little about Rajasthani food. And even the 20% that I knew, it was very different from how my mother, mother-in-law, grandmother and all were making it. And then it was like, I think, rediscovering home, prodigal son returning home kind of a feeling. And he just got me all excited. And today, even the most ordinary Rajasthani food, to me, has taken on the same excitement as the Pedita food that I was crazy about years ago. And I think that's the best I can say about finding what is special about how you have grown up. And that to me is everything today. And yeah.
Thank you, Ma. Now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Chef Samir Gupta. Chef Samir has worked closely with the royal families of Rajasthan. Over the years, he has held several distinguished roles, from maitre d' hotel to F&B manager to sous chef and executive chef, including at the city palaces of Jaipur and Udaipur. He has also played a key role in launching several popular restaurants in India and abroad. As a highly sought-after food consultant, he has curated many grand Indian and destinations with great flair. Now, it was at one such destination wedding in Bangkok that both of them first met. Uncle, could you tell us a little more about that meeting and how it led to this book?
So it was luck, it was destiny, it was not accident that we met in the Bangkok. And she was wondering that who's behind all this nice, tasty food and all that. And then she searched me there in that big crowd of the wedding, and then we met. And then she said, "Oh, it's wonderful. How come you can do that all away from India with such a same taste and So then we were just talking, and then I just came to know that she's an author. She's writing the books, and her book is awarded as the best vegetarian cookbook in the world. And I was so impressed, and I just said that, Pratibha ji, I really want to write a book on Rajasthan. Though I'm from Banaras, and Rajasthan was not my place, but 50 years in Rajasthan, it impressed me like anything, because Rajasthani food, and I learned from all you women, believe me that. It was all because of you I could do that, because when I was teaching them and then I was seeing their home food, it was better than any other 5-star hotels and all. Simple things like what we know about the Rajasthani food, dal, bati, churma, gatta, kher, sangri, kadi. Beyond that, I saw that Jain Oswal Bania family of Rajasthan, how they are cooking. A simple bhujia, they can convert into something very delicate thing, say like what you had today, that bhujia ka kofta. Somebody sudden guest is coming and then you need to think, okay, this we cannot give only the namkeen biscuit jo ghar mein pada hai, usse kuch nahi, beyond that we need to do something. So how the Rajasthani people utilize their papad, their badi, their bhujia and all into the best delicate recipes in there. For example, everybody knows that how to make the badi ka sabji, but badi can be converted into a nice cutlet or a pakoda. That is very simple. If you don't have time to soak the dal, you simply soak the badi, grind it with the masala and make the pakoda out of it. You can make a tikki out of it, not only the sabji. So that way I thought that how Rajasthani ingredients can be converted into the best presented recipes in there. So I thought that way, and then I started exploring, researching, making, doing all the R&Ds in my kitchen. And then I came about so many things which is developed by you people, but with a little touch of the chef, I converted them into something else. So there's, you will see them all in the book. So nothing much to say, but I can say in the praise of Rajasthan. In कम से कम चीज़ों में how Rajasthani really can make छप्पन भोग. बहुत सारी चीज़ें, छोटी छोटी चीज़ों को बना सकते हैं. I really salute the Rajasthani women and how they are conducting their kitchens and all. मैंने बस उसमें थोड़ा सा जरा सा लिपा पोती कर दिया है, बाकी तो सब मैंने आप ही लोगों से सीखा है सारी चीज़ें. And I really appreciate all that and I salute that कि आप लोगों से मैंने इतना सीखा और उनको I really could convert into the different kind of recipes in book, which is going to be useful for all of you in that case. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sameer uncle. Next, we are delighted to have with us Aruna Vijay, a chef, entrepreneur, and finalist on MasterChef India. Today, she is one of the most influential voices in vegetarian cooking in India with over 1.3 million followers across many platforms. Welcome, Aruna. What excites you most about bringing traditional cuisine to your young audience?
Thank you so much for having me, Sameer ji and Pratibha ji. And hello, afternoon to all the ladies here. So, you know, most of us follow rituals or recipes क्योंकि हमारी दादी करती थी, हमारी नानी करती थी, और मेरी मम्मी ऐसे बनाती थी. But the current generation doesn't believe in that. Unless you don't give them a reasoning, unless you don't give them why you did it, like my mom would say कि 6 बजे बाद नाखून कट नहीं करना. Tell my kids, like, क्यों नहीं कट करना? Light तो है, दिख तो रहा है. Our mom, our grannies didn't do it because वो time पे current नहीं होता था, there was no electricity. You might by mistake end up cutting your skin. That was the reason. So unless you don't tell them the reason, they're not going to believe you. They will never do what your rituals. शायद आपके generation के साथ या हमारे generation खत्म हो जाएगा वो चीज़. So that's something I learned from my own kids. I think your kids are your best teacher. So अगर अब मुझे अपने बच्चों को कुछ सिखाना है, I have to tell them the reasoning. The current generation is extremely smart, but you have to give them a good reason for them to follow the rituals. They will not, like we did basoda just a few days back, Shitla Saptami. And बच्चे like ऐसे कौन खाता है मम्मी, पुराना खाना कौन खाता है? Why should we eat it? Now you sit with them. You don't tell them नहीं नहीं करना पड़ेगा, मेरी मम्मी करती थी. They will never do it. They will just do it maybe to make you happy. Maybe after you're gone, they're not going to follow it. For sure, I'm telling you. So उनके साथ बैठो, उनको बताओ कि क्यों करना है, why are we doing it, what is the reason behind it. Tell them a few scientific things, because all the rituals that we as Rajasthanis or any tradition do definitely has some scientific reason, maybe which we don't know. It's high time even we learn and give that back to our kids. So I think as a culinary content creator and a chef, I think I have this opportunity to build a gap between tradition and the current Gen Z generation. So I feel I have the great opportunity to connect them, and through my recipes, because sometimes Rajasthani food can be a little bit complicated because itne sare ingredients hai, itne sare method hai. So I just try to simplify it so that the next generation can pass it on to the ones after that.
Thank you, Aruna. Is this on?
Manas, can I say something? You know, every post that Aruna puts up, okay, if you go see it, it's just for a few seconds, 1 minute, short reels. But I'm sure that most of her audience who's watching it will want to try it, because she really makes it look so simple, so easy. And why won't her children listen to her? If mummy itna acha khana bana rahi hai, तो बच्चे सुनेंगे. And I think that is very, very important. And that was also the reason why we wanted Aruna here today, because Jigyasa, me, Sameer ji, हमारी generation में, yeah, okay, we understand the, but the younger. And to me, Aruna is that person who is connecting today's youngsters with food. And I really appreciate that very deeply. And thank you. Thank you for coming.
Since my mother began her culinary writing journey with Jigyasa Auntie, it felt only natural that she must be here today with us. Along with being a co-author of award-winning cookbooks, she has founded Devaniya, Chennai's first Kathak dance school. She is a recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Amir Khusro Sangeet Academy. Now, Auntie, can we expect a Gujarati cookbook from you?
That would probably be the last thing to expect from me. Because, well, first of all, heartiest congratulations to Pratibha and Sameerji. Wonderful to listen to Aruna from your perspective of a different generation. That's right, what you say. And to see Manasvi, who when we wrote our cookbooks 22, 23 years ago, my God, she was a school kid running home in the afternoon and disturbing us on the computer. And to see her taking on the stage like this is absolutely heartwarming. And she's also a student of Devaniya and dancing beautifully. So yes, I'm enjoying that very much. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a mixed bag. I'm a, what's it called? Man of many hats kind of thing, woman of many hats. I dabble in a lot of things. And well, I'm Gujarati by birth, but lived in South India, married to a Telugu. Wrote my first cookery book with Pratibha based on the recipes of my husband's aunt, Pedda Attaya, and therefore Peddatta. And then we went on to do this Maharashtrian Sukhamayu. It wasn't just Maharashtrian, it was more Ayurvedic, but from the zone of Maharashtra. So, and I've lived in Mumbai, I've lived in Chennai, I've lived in Bangkok. So I'm just a very, you know, too many things in me. Gujarat is just a small part of me. And surely a cookbook to write, I would need Pratibha with me, which I don't think I can do now because Devaniya has taken over. But I really am looking forward to using this book. It looks absolutely delightful. And I can see the hard work in it as I was just browsing the pages. It's looking absolutely fabulous, and the pictures are delectable. The hard work shows, and I know how Pratibha works very deeply. So I'm very proud of this moment. I almost feel like a mother who's, you know, really, I feel like your mom right now. I can't describe why, but I feel like that. All the best to the book and to you and Sameerji.
Thank you, Auntie. That was so sweet.
I have to say something. I've been extremely fortunate in one aspect. I always get to work with the finest people there are. Jigyasa, today Sameerji, and in the middle, Peddatta, whom we work with, Dr. Kalmadi that we worked with. In fact, I keep asking Sameerji one question. Ki we've been now together on this for almost 10 years, okay? So I keep telling him कि हर इंसान में अच्छाई और बुराई दोनों होती है, right? तो आपने अपनी बुराइयों को इतनी होशियारी से कहाँ छिपा के रखा है कि मुझे नजर नहीं आई अभी तक. So I think that it has, so I understand what Jigyasa is saying, that mother feeling, that because when we work with someone, then soul ka rishta ban jata hai. So yeah.
I'll just take one more minute. Manasvi just threw the question at me that, you know, took me off guard. So I forgot to say Khamagani. And I loved the entire morning. And I wanted to personally thank the Duchess Club, Nina, Sujata, Anu, Rati, and all of you, because for the last 2 decades I've known you, and you have launched our cookbooks and always treated us with so much love and oneness. And that oneness that I see here is amongst these women is something else. And I wanted to say that to start when I spoke, but then you threw that question at me and I forgot. Thank you very much.
3 cheers really to the Duchess. No?
Absolutely 3 cheers.
Thank you.
समीर जी, डिड यू एक्सपेक्ट दिस? यहाँ आए तो तमिलनाडु में आए, आपने एक्सपेक्ट किया कि आपको मारवाड़ मिल जाएगा?
नहीं, frankly speaking, I am so thrilled. मैं इतना ज़्यादा thrilled हूँ, मैं बता नहीं सकता हूँ कि I didn't expect it this actually, and it is such a wonderful feeling, and these moments I'm relishing really with my book, Relishing Rajasthan. And thank you, Neena ji, Sujata ji, and all other people. Little difficult to remember the name, but yes, my heartiest thanks, and for helping me all this thing in doing, and Pratibha ji especially. यहाँ मुझे बुलाया और मैंने नहीं सोचा था कि बुक लॉन्च इतना खूबसूरती से होगा और राजस्थान के परिप्रेक्ष्य में होगा और इतना खूबसूरत. दिस इज़ बियॉन्ड माई इमेजिनेशन. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर एवरीवन, एंड आई रियली अप्रिशिएट ऑल द एफर्ट्स यू डिड to came it true in my life in that. This is the best moment of my life today. This is my first book with Pratibha ji, and I'm thinking for more books also. And so it's like that. Another book which I really want to do, and I want to share this today on this stage. When it started, I was thinking in my classes that girls were coming and they were very nervous. समीर जी, सासू माँ कैसे खुश होंगी, घर के लोग कैसे खुश होंगे. तो रेसिपीज़ को इतना ईजी कर दिया और उनको इतना इस तरह से सरल किया कि उनको सीखने में कभी कोई तकलीफ नहीं आया. और आज भी थर्ड जनरेशन मेरे से सीख रही है. लाइक जिन मदर्स ने सीखा, फिर उनकी डॉटर्स ने या उनकी बहुओं ने, और अब उनके बच्चे सीख रहे हैं, तो उनको रेसिपीज़ इतनी सरल लगी. और इसी बुक में हमने वी ट्राई टू मेक देम सो ईजी, डिमिस्टिफाइंग देम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द चूरमा विच यू आर गोइंग टू ईट टुडे, दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी सिंपल वे. अदरवाइज चूरमा बनाने के लिए सबको लगता है कि अरे चूरमा बनाएंगे, पहले उसके घाट बनाएंगे, फिर कोटेंगे, पीसेंगे, देयर सो मेनी थिंग्स इज देयर. तो मैंने मेरी स्टूडेंट्स को बोला, प्लीज़ डोंट डू दैट, मेक इट वेरी वेरी ईजी, बट डोंट से टू योर एल्डरली दैट हाउ डिड यू मेड इट. वंस दे ईटन इट, no, once they have eaten it, once they are done with that, then you can share the thing, oh, we made it like that. Because then they say, oh, this is wonderful churma, you made it. But it is so simplified, we made it, and it turned out exactly the way बहुत मेहनत के बाद बनता है, उसी तरीके से उसको बना दिया गया. So you will enjoy these छोटा छोटा recipes. For example, काजू या बादाम का कतली, which takes so much of time, but it's very very simple way we have made it. Churma also very simple way. So that way I learned again from you, and then I did this book in that. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Somebody has asked कि आपने जो कहा था सास बहू की वो खाना बनाने का, आप उसको अंग्रेजी में बोले.
So the young girls, okay, I forgot the subject actually. मैं बोलने के चक्कर में भूल गया. So let me tell you one thing, कि when the girls were coming, they were very very nervous. How we are going to impress our new families in there. So I said, not to worry, we'll make it so simple in there. And then I thought writing a book, Nervous Bride in the Kitchen. That's going to be the title. Halaki, in today's time, it's not real, but still in our families like Bania, Jain and Maheshwari families, still we are with our roots. And we teach our women, especially the young girls, that how to do the food in the kitchen nicely so everybody can be very happy. Still people, the girls are coming to me to learning just before wedding, maybe a month before or 2 months before. Then always I say them, why are you coming so late? Why not you starting? And बोले वो तो सब मम्मी से सीख लिया, but now we want to have the special touches of yours which will make us more famous in our family. So my another book which I'm thinking of with Pratibha ji again, which I'm declaring it now, Nervous Bride in the Kitchen. The recipes is going to be very very simple. How to impress the people, how to make quick things in your kitchen with whatever the things you are having in your kitchen, and how you really can make the good delicacy and impress your guest in that. Thank you.
But the reality is that today the nervous mother-in-law is more applicable than the nervous bahu. So, thank you.
Thank you, all of you. That was lovely. And thank you, audience, for being here to celebrate this wonderful culinary journey with us. We now have a demo where Chef Sameer will showcase a few recipes from the book. Can we move on to that now?
Yes, thank you. So Sameer ji is going to make one dish which you will be eating today. Okay, and one of his favorite dishes, fruit ke saath grape, angur ki lonji. Okay, we quickly move on to that.
So first we are making अंगूर का लौंजी. अंगूर सब जगह मिलता है, हिंदुस्तान से लेकर विदेशों तक. So making the angur ki lonji, that's very simple, and this you really can keep for 3 to 4 months without refrigeration. You'll be having it also on your table, and we are making it now. So you can use any oil, but not ghee, because this is kind of a achar. So lonji, what is in Rajasthan, is the fresh pickles, which you can make with anything in there. So I'll be adding some oil to it, a little extra oil, because this lonji will keep. Okay, so what ingredients we have अचार में जो डलता है, which is सौंफ, वरियाली भी उसको बोलते हैं, सौंफ, फेनल सीड, कुटा हुआ धनिया है, and दाना मेथी, जीरा, राई, कलौंजी, साबुत लाल मिर्ची टूटी हुई, and we have अमचूर पाउडर, थोड़ा सा शुगर, अमचूर और चाट मसाला you can use. I like अमचूर के बजाय चाट मसाला because it has extra flavors in there, and then salt, both kind, white salt and the black salt. And that's it, and of course the grapes. So first I'm adding my spices in there. Okay, so I'm adding my spices in there. So after heating the oil, adding some mustard seeds, coriander seeds. नहीं वो भी गरम है. This is fine, that's okay. So fennel seeds, coriander seeds, fenugreek seeds, all those achar ka masala, I mean, and then we have onion seed, which is kalonji, the dry broken red chilies, then we'll add the sorry.
You're going to be eating this today, all of you.
If the grapes are too big, you can cut them into two, but I prefer not to cut them, because it will release so much of juice. Then your lonji will be not thick enough. To release the juice, add some salt to it. Then black salt also. Okay, so it was pretty hot, that's why I was in little rush while I was doing. But now I can explain you. We are making angur ka lonji. To make the angur ka lonji is kind of instant pickle, you can say that. So here I have used asafoetida, mustard seed, cumin seed, fenugreek seed, and onion seed, which is we call nigella seeds, or kalonji, saunf, which is fennel seeds, and crushed coriander seeds, dry red chili broken, de-seeded, 2 kind of salt, some sugar or jaggery, whatever you like, you can add into that. But I didn't add these 2 things, but I'll be adding it soon. If you want to make it for round the year, if you want to keep it for the whole year, you can add some vinegar to it. Or once your grapes are washed, wipe them, air dry them, brush it with the white vinegar, and it can stay for 1 year in your kitchens without refrigeration. No. अभी थोड़ी देर. If you don't want to collect this much of thing, in our book we have homemade achar masala. Or you can use any bazaar ka achar masala, which is from Maharashtra or Rajasthan, wherever you get it. So if you are using achar ka masala, add only little bit of baghar in the oil, and once the grapes are little wilted, soft, you can add the achar masala to it. So now my grapes started changing the color. I'll be using sugar to it, so sugar will melt. You can use jaggery also, as I told you. You can use, if somebody don't want to use the sugar, There is a monk sugar comes in the market, which is diabetic friendly, as well as the stevia. Stevia, most of the people know, but they doesn't know about the monk sugar. So monk fruit releases a kind of sugar which is very good for the diabetic people also. जैसे कि you know, too much is not good for anything. Anything you are eating too much is not good. But monk fruit sugar is really very good. But still don't make it that in everything you are putting that. वो तो on नहीं है. Okay, so to save the time, meanwhile it's getting wilted, we'll switch to another dish. I think if you have any question for this, please feel free to ask. If any question for the Angur Kalonji. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Meanwhile, it is cooking. See, it started releasing the water, if you can see that. Yeah, it's started releasing the juice of the from the grapes. नहीं अभी वो डालना है. And later we'll add either the mango powder or the chaat masala. My preference is chaat masala because chaat masala really gives wonderful flavors because it has so many other things also. Color namak dala maine. Yeah. Yeah. So the sugar and chaat masala makes it like your sweet chutney, what you're having with your samosas, kachoris and all. And it will give that kind of a color in the base of your chutney in there. You can see that it started getting darkened and the grapes are getting softer and softer now. So no question. I hope everybody understands that what we are doing.
If I had to ever give a nickname for Sameer ji,
No, I've added salt. I've added regular salt as well as black salt also is in there.
if I had to have a nickname for Sameer ji, it would have been Chef Tanatan. Why? Because there is something called Tanatan Bhujia. We are not advertising this or anything, but it's so easily available, I guess, in Jaipur that according to Sameer ji, it's the most easy ingredient. But यहाँ पे इतना easily नहीं मिलता है. Sujata managed to order it on Amazon at the last minute, but now with Amazon everything is there. Bikaji Tanatan Aloo Bhujia is very particular that you use this, don't use the Bikaneri Bhujia sieve, etc. etc. Now why Chef Tanatan? Because according to him, you have one Tanatan Bhujia. You can create wonders at any point, whether elaborate dishes, short dishes, and I'll let him talk to you about it.
So if you have in your pantry this kind of namkeen, which I prefer Tanatan Bhujia, believe me, I will tell you a small story why I started using this. My daughter was in the convent school and they were having this, but every day Italian food, Chinese food, Mexican food, something like that in their tiffin. So kids can aware of different kind of food. So one day we didn't thought of Indian food, we thought it's Italian day. And she said, no dad, it is Indian day. And we were not having boiled aloo and all, and we were having 15 minutes only in our hand. So what we did with this stick bhujia, we added some masala in there and we make the small parathas of it. Believe me, better than aloo paratha, better than any dal paratha and all, you can use them in your parathas. The way I'm making the masala, which I'll tell you, you can make the bedmi puri. Everybody knows the bedmi puri from the UP and Delhi and all. Many people cannot do dal ka masala because fat jati hai or it breaks up, it doesn't give the proper shape and all. You can use this also. Then you can make kachori out of it. You know, the simple khasta kachori, instead of dal you can make. This is so versatile, you really can use them in so many ways. So today, I think you have the parathas, you had the kofta today. So you had kofta, I think most of you had, if everybody was in time. We made it with this bhujia only, with Tanatan Bhujia. So you take Tanatan Bhujia, like simple it is, nothing to do with this. If you're not eating onion, garlic, need not to add onion in there. Garlic to usme bhi nahi tha. But only add chopped tomatoes, cilantro, that is green coriander, green chili, ginger. And this is all most of the time you have in your home. Then add red chili powder according to your palate. crushed dhania. I don't know, Rajasthanis use a lots of crushed coriander and saunf. Unke masaldan mein, when they having a masala chest, they have this separate bowl of this. Now you can see that grapes change the color and it releases lots of juice from there. Some chaat masala again. Salt very less because bhujia already having salt in there. Just mix them and start little crushing them also. So the moisture from the tomato, cilantro, green chili, ginger will mixed in there, and then after very little water, and just lightly crush them, and in within 2-3 minutes it will be really moist, and you can see easily this really can make a tight ball, which can be used in your kachori, which can be used in your paratha, which you can make the kofta out of it. For the young kids, they were saying, "Hum log ko kofta nahi khana. We don't want to eat kofta." So I changed it. The coating I made it. Then I started saying, "This is rock balls." Oh, they were very happy. Oh, rock balls, you know. So this way you can make the ball, but with the tight hands. But don't do the mistake, as one of my students did. Her mother called me, "What you are teaching? It's not coming out. It's, all spread in the kadhai." I said, "What you did? Tell me step by step." So she did all these steps and put it directly into the oil. No lock and key on the top. So what is lock and key? This is done. You can see that. Our longees is done now. Nice, beautiful brownish chutney color. And grapes are wilted. Now this can be kept for so many days in there. Yeah. Here, to save the time, what I did, here is the maida, suji, which is rava, fine flour, and little bit of corn flour. So not to worry if you're not having anything in your kitchen, you simply use the wheat flour also in there. Simple wheat flour, rice flour, whatever is the coating. And I didn't use any haldi in there. I do not want it to give it the bonda color to it, but if you're making it for your elderly people, and if they'll say, "What you have made it, this is not looking good," so you can add some haldi to it. But no besan. Besan takes so much of time in cooking, and sometimes it is hard to digest. So you simply can have rava, some or maida and atta, whatever you have in there. Yeah. So the dipping batter I made it today with the rava and flour, and just for the taste I have added some carom seeds, which is ajwain, some nigella seed, which gives very good flavor in there, and very little salt again because the salt is already there in the bhujia. So what we will do, I'll show you few more balls. Just now this is enough moist. You can see that this is making the balls very easily. So though you can make it with any bhujia, but believe me, this bhujia tastes amazingly good. And you can see that nice balls are there, So I think everybody can see it. And the best part, chefs doesn't teach only the recipes, especially me. I don't want to teach only the recipe. You coming and you're learning the recipes. I want really you to be the smart and expert in your kitchen. If you have the guest on next week and you have time this week, make these balls, keep it in a box, keep it in the freezer, and as in when you need it, dip into the batter and deep fry it. Need not to thaw even them in there, okay? You really can do so many things. Sometimes we feel, especially in Rajasthani family, we feel, "Raat ka basi nahi khana," this old time, this is the thing, all that kind of a thing. But nowadays, the mother-in-laws who are going to their daughters in America and Europe and Sweden and Australia, when they come back, they are totally transformed. They said, "Kya ho gaya isme?" There's no problem. Raat ka aata hai, that's okay. We can make it in there. No worry. So they are very, very modern after coming from there. So, or if they are not, you daughters and daughter-in-laws can really teach them, Masa, please try. कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, कोई कुछ भी नहीं होगा. आप डॉक्टर से पूछ लो, लेबोरेटरी चेक करा लो. Nothing will happen. So, but when you are keeping in the freezer things to preserve them, as soon as you are making them, just processed for the fridge. It's not that कल का बच गया अब तो फ्रिज में रख देते हैं. Don't do like that. Make a portion which you really want to keep it for next week, for next month, or whatever. Another thing which I forgot to tell you, you really can make good sabji out of it. So simply dip into the batter, deep fry it, put it in a bowl, and put desired gravy on the top, which is palak ka gravy, methi ka gravy, dahi ka simple gravy, mawa ka gravy, red makhni gravy, if you are modern, that kids like paneer butter masala or paneer makhni kind of a thing, you really can use this as a sabji also. Tanatan kofta curry, tanatan kofta puri, tanatan kofta bedwi, paratha, all that you can make out of it. I'll just check it. Yeah, it's hot. Okay. So we will dip them, jitna bhi it can come in your bowl, and so you can see that it is all coated nicely. It's very little salt.
While the chef is frying this, I must quickly tell you that the most popular dish in Rajasthani food, of course, is dal bati. And the most difficult. Not because it's difficult to make, but because when we make it, your palms start hurting after a time. If you have to make 50, 100, etc., in large joint families. After a few, it was like, oh God, can I go do some other work? Because वो इतना tight atta, that atta is so tight, and then you have to really knead it, and then that ball should not have any cracks, so you have to go on doing it so finely. So I, for one, really grew up disliking it because I was like, kitchen life cannot be so difficult, till I met Samirji. And then, so he's demystified the recipe, he's given it to me. It's easier than making rotis, literally. And I once made dal bati, and my sister-in-law who's here, Namita, she came home. So one round of bati, I think she finished eating, and then more bati to be made. So I told her, can you make it? So she touched the dough and she's saying, Arey, it's not even tight. This is not correct, I said, nahi, aap banao. And we are making it, and she's saying, itni jaldi thodi banega, aur thoda dam. I said, kuch bhi nahi karna hai, ban gaya ho. And she's like, really? Send me the recipe. So I was seeing her, and I remembered this whole incident. So I have asked Sujata if, we can move on, because I did the prep. I could not resist it. Yesterday we thought of 2 recipes, and I said, no, it's not fair. We must, at least with many Marwadis who are here, and even the others, we must quickly show how in 5 minutes, 7 minutes, he's actually able to make 1 round of bati. Okay? So, Samirji, मैंने उसकी तैयारी करी है because it required so little dishes.
जी.
I request you to at least make the dough.
Okay.
Baking का आप ऐसे ही बता देना.
Right. So sometimes we think, because when it is a big party at home, we call Maharaji or we call some help in there, and they are in traditional way, they always say, no, we want, atta should be very hard, and it's not soft one. Then I did so many experimented with that, and then I thought that soft atta also can make the good bati. If you really want to make the soft gattas, then your atta is supposed to be very, very soft. Simple like chapati like atta, because you might have learned that way that it should be very hard, and then because you are boiling. But believe me, next time when you're trying it, you should try it with the soft atta, simple like roti, chapati ka when you make it. Soft atta, roll the gattas and just put it in the boiling water, and you'll have the bubbles in within 5-7 minutes, and your gattas are very, very soft. Believe me that. So dough make all the differences in there. In bati also, so the dough make all the differences. Yeah, okay. Right. So we are making bati. These batis can be made in 4 or 5 different way, but the dough is the same for that. So we are having 70% of, say for example, 1 cup में 3/4 cup regular atta and 1/4 cup mota atta. Mota atta is in Rajasthan we get it bati ka atta के नाम पे. Here if you don't have that, you can have the semolina for that. Then salt.
We order it from that Maka atta. Lot of us order atta from there. If we tell Mota atta, they actually give it. अब तो Amazon पे सब कुछ मिलता है.
In 1 cup, we are adding about 1/3 of the baking soda. Ajwain, of course, it is to be crushed so it can release the essential oil and it will give very good taste. Then mix it well. So the fine flour, mota atta, baking soda and ajwain. In 1 cup, you need about 2 tablespoons of ghee or oil. So this is teaspoon, I'm using 4. Don't think that I'm saying 2 and adding 4. इसको अच्छे से मठोल लीजिए जिससे कि each and every grain of atta can have the ghee flavor in there as well as the coated with the ghee. So the flour has become like this.
This kofta is really calling out to me. So I'm going to taste it. And
Can you pass me a spoon from the table, please? One spoon.
you can come and accompany me.
One more thing I want to say, the young girls especially, they having nice big nails, painted and all, and they feel हम लोग आटा नहीं गूँथेंगे. रामू जी, शामू जी आटा बना देंगे, या they will request mummy or whoever is in there. I developed a technique to do the atta with the spoon only. Okay, so you are not using your nails. I'm using my fingers, but you will not. So I have mixed up everything. This also you can mix it with the spoon. So 3 part of the regular flour, 1/4 part of the 1 part of the mota atta or the suji, 2 tablespoons of the ghee, salt according to your taste, carom seed which is ajwain crush karke, and baking soda 1/3 spoon, and then mix everything. Add water. So once it is done, you really can see the dough is here. Okay, so हाथ थोड़ा सा तो लगाना ही पड़ेगा, but वो उस स्टेज पे नहीं जहाँ पे वो बहुत सारा ड्राई आपके उसमें हो जाता है. So the soft atta is here. Make the balls, rough balls. You can see the linings in here. It will penetrate the heat inside of the bati. So this is your simple bati. You can make it with the soft atta. बहुत अच्छा सिकेगा, बहुत अच्छे से अंदर तक हीट जाएगा, ब्राउन हो जाएगा. And if you want to make it stuffed bati, just make it like a katori and add टनाटन भुजिया. So टनाटन बाटी, आलू का मसाला, only मटर का मसाला. अभी आज 2 variety we are serving. The one is plain bati, one is aloo masala bati is in there. Now in Rajasthan, how people are crazy, they really want to do in the wedding. Sameer ji, 7 batis we want and 7 kind of churmas we want. Of what 7 batis we can do? So we are doing the falahari bati. थोड़ा सा fruit को chop किया, मसाले खट्टे मीठे मिलाए, falahari bati बना दी. Cheese bati, you know. Okay, so we can make the cheese bati also. The grated cheese, which can be the processed cheese, and little bit of the pizza cheese in there. Italian seasoning, chili flakes, etc. You can have the Italian bati, right? You can have Thai masala bati, all Thai spices like green curry paste, some peanuts in there, and you can have that also. So this is something like, you know, what Americans are eating in the morning breakfast. They go for the beagle. You can have that kind of a beagle with the all the thing. When I was in Italy, they said we don't want to have ghee because ghee smell is not good for us. Then I made it in the olive oil, but I was thinking if any two Rajasthani will come, he will shoot me up. That bati in oil, then he will not accept it. But the Americans said, no, we are, the Italians said, we are okay with the olive oil is in there. So you can make Italian bati, you can make Thai masala, you can have matar bati, you can have this potato bati or tomato bati, of course. And then imagination is yours because you are not learning the recipes, you are becoming a smart kitchen woman. So how you can utilize your things is in there. You know, तो इस तरीके से बस ये राउंड किया and थोड़ा सा अगर इसमें ये linings हैं तो no worry for that because we don't want to give any shape, very good shape of like chapati, very simple, and you will roast it in your oven 185 degree for about 10-12 minutes. But you know, turn it upside down or just shake it. In between you can put a little bit of brush of the oil and it will quickly will be done in there because oil heat, it really makes it nice. Posra shabd ek hota hai, which is softer. So soft is in a two different way in Rajasthan. Soft is, one is very mulayam and one is posra which you can having, which is crushing also the crusty outside and softer inside is in there. So that is posra. You really will have the posra bati out of it and this is your dough. This way you really can
Samirji's
make.
classes has many men as well, okay? My own nephew went and stayed with him for a month to learn cooking. So a lot of boys, girls, everyone, not just kitchen women.
Yeah, so more than 20,000 girls, boys and chefs has learned from me and I'm still learning. I have to learn. So whatever you have the best, you later can connect with Pratibha ji and share your number and then you teach me something also, okay?
Chef, how do you serve this bati then? Do you put it in ghee or how do you do
Yeah,
it?
once it is cooked nicely, then you dip into the ghee and just leave them in there. It will start absorbing the ghee in there and then take it out and serve it to your guest. And then you churro it, you know, churna, yeah. Just crush it nicely, have dal one time, eat it, then have some gatta sabji, eat it, have some curry. Sometime you can mix all three. Many people like it with little churma also in there. So they like meetha and the spicy taste both. So that is all your way you want to eat it. But crushing is very important. It takes all the flavors of your dal and gatta and curries in there. So, but yeah. Sorry? Yeah, there are 2-3 way of making it. Rajasthan is still in the traditional way they are making in a cow dung, but they have a bati cooker. They are putting on the jali and then they are sequing that. Then you have your oven also. And nowadays the best everybody is having air fryer. In Paniyaram, yes, Paniyaram ape pan also you can seco in that, yeah. And but it should be quite thick, the thick one. Otherwise it will be raw inside, so it takes time and lots of passion in there. Oven, air fryer, or sometime if you have no time, you can fry them also. But of course, frying gives the feel of kachori. It's not doesn't give the feel of the bati in that case. So you do that. So that's fine.
I also wanted to know, do you steam the batis also?
Yes. There is another bati because from Rajasthan, MP is very close by. In MP, people are making bafla bati. While they are making bafla bati, they are using the crushed dhania, saunf and little bit of haldi and some masala in there. And then they are boiling it. Exactly the bagel, American people eat bagel, they are just boiling their dough and then they are baking it. Exactly this is our Indian bagel. So just boil it. And once start having little bit, you know, swallow, फूल जाता है बनाते बनाते, and then take it out, cool it down, and then you either bake it or deep fry it. They make this big of a bati, boiling, cutting into 4 pieces and deep frying it. And then they eat it with the chane ka dal or tuar ka dal. That is the specialty of MP. But Rajasthan and MP is quite similar in their cultures in so many things. So you can make bafla bati also. So the cheese bati, potato bati, green peas bati, hara cholia. That hara cholia comes in the season time, especially in that time. Hara cholia ko kuchal ke you can, you know, temper it with your spices. Hare chole ka bati. So abhi tak we are just making the two kind, plain and aloo bati. But now you should do some more experiment for your kids. They will love it. Cheese party, they're gonna love it. When they will cut into pieces, they'll have the string of the cheese and they'll feel like, oh, we are eating the cheese ball, isn't there? So that way you can make your parties, isn't that?
Yesterday we had some very exciting conversations.
Yes,
One
Meena,
of it
please
was
come.
about pani ki jalebi. So Samir ji has been making pani ki jalebi. No frying, nothing. It was.
I know you should tell us about that, chef. And
Okay.
let me tell you, as part of the conversation, we had chai with his amazing kachoris. Okay, and my friends like Divya, Namita, and Alpana will know kachoris are my weakness, right? So I had sumptuous ones yesterday, and we had some great conversation. So tell us about the celebrity wedding where you did the jalebis in water.
So long back, I was in Hema Malini's daughter wedding because Hema ji is vegetarian, and her Mathura house kitchen is also. I'm doing that because she said I need all old time also. My silbatta is on the counter, my kutne wala is on the counter, and it should be a pure vegetarian because she uh, uh, doing prayer of Lord Krishna. Govind Dev ji from Jaipur is in there. So I made her kitchen, and in her daughter's wedding, she invited me to do the vegetarian food one lunch. There I made the paniga jalebi, and we did very interesting thing. You really can do this kind of gimmick in your home sometime when you have a anniversary. If you want to rijhao your husband for some reason, or anybody who really want to make happy her or him, you can make this paniga jalebi. So white butter and then some bura in there. Bura, that is cooked sugar, most of the people, or the powdered sugar, but powdered sugar you need to handle very carefully because then butter will be melting. Then you can keep 3-4 different kind of syrups, which is saffron syrup, khas syrup, rose syrup, almond syrup, whatever the syrups you like, nice colorful natural syrup, which is sharbat we call it. And then keep a kadahi, which is tai we call it, jalebi ka kadhai, full with ice chilled water. Keep it in an icing bag and shape it like the jalebi in there. It will set within seconds in the water, and then take it out with the tongue, put it in the desired syrup and serve it on a leaf bowl. And people were, all these film actors and all, they were pulling each other, come, the chef from Jaipur making jalebi in water. And what we did in that thing, because they could see fire, the fire was there, but there was not actual fire. We were having the fan down below there. Then we were having bhatti with lots of charcoal in there. Then we were having this gelatin paper, what you call, I don't know, that transparent paper, yellow color and red color. We just cut them like a frill and we put them into the charcoals. We just buried them in the charcoal. And when the fan, it was, like that. And yellow light and red light was there. So it was exactly like bhatti is burning. And he's making on bhatti, but still it is very chilled. But later they came to know this is not the real fire, but it turned out a wonderful party and everybody enjoyed that pani ka jalebi. That's made out of the butter. While you're making, ghar pe jab aap butter banate hain, so before making it the ghee, you can have it and flavor it with something and then make the jalebi into the water and let it be in the water only and then keep some syrup and then you can serve it to them. Okay? So thank you for listening me. And
I think we got so many useful tips today. Yes, all the foodies and the Duchess, I think, have really enjoyed his talk. And yesterday, as Neena said, we really enjoyed, and he is a storehouse of knowledge for food. Every minute he speaks something which we don't know. I think it's been fantastic, Chef. Thank you so much.
Thank you everybody. Thank you so much. So in few minutes, food is going to be served. I apologize if something, the temperature and all, if it is not proper. We tried best to cope up with the staff in here. They were quite cooperative. They did very good things with me. I mean, they really helped me a lot in my kitchen in here. But still, if it is not anything, if you're finding, please be maafi chahenge uske liye. But we tried our best for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pratibha, for organizing this program. And a very big applause from everybody, please. A big thank you to Savera, always for their fantastic hospitality. And the kitchen has been busy with all the chefs since yesterday, preparing and getting your dishes today ready for you. Everything is in Fern Hall and it's going to be brought to your table here. Thank you, Nina, and the hospitality team at Savera, everybody from the banquets as well as from the kitchen. Thank you. Sir, some of them wanted to know if you have any online classes.
At the time of COVID, we have the many classes online, but not now. But if Duchess Club want my services sometime, we really do a good session for 3 days where we can do the very simple recipes, but very exotic recipes, how to make in few minutes only, that we may think of it. Thank you.
Small memento from the Duchess Club. Thank you so much and congratulations on the launch of your book, Relishing Rajasthan.